Welcome to Best of the West Ignition. AJ Kirsch and the Best of the West Commissioner Alexander G. Bernard at ringside. Let's send it to our ring announcer, the West Coast voice, Davey Dangerously.
Following contest is scheduled for official in charge of this contest, referee Reed Matthews.
And a mixed response for Reed Matthews, but, you know, what else is new? Okay, and I'm sure you are going to be very interested in what's about to happen, lest that music deceive me.
He does still have a talent contract. This is part of the arrangement.
Brandon P.net staring daggers through you.
Here I am, and there you are.
Well, as AGB stated, Brandon P.net still has a talent contract, but unfortunately, he is not Best of the West Commissioner.
AGB, you know what?
Headset has come
The
off.
last time we were in Fresno, you know what? The best happened to me, and maybe I had to make the best decisions as commissioner. But I'm telling you, tonight, I have my rematch, and it's guaranteed right now.
Oh! AGB.
Because before that match we had, I made sure I had a rematch clause. So I get my rematch, and I want it tonight. Yeah!
Monsieur Penguin, let us set some things straight. Let us set some ground terms. Because you are correct. As part of your contract, you do have a stipulated rematch to once again become the Best of the West Commissioner. However, nothing in said contract says that you may dictate the time nor place. As Commissioner, I dictate the time and place. But that doesn't even make sense. However, fret not, I did not request your presence and request that you change for no reason. I have a matchup scheduled for you tonight. Let's bring out your opponent.
Scheduled. Well, AGB says that he sets the terms for the rematch, but he's got an opponent for Brandon P. BotW.net. Wait a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, making his way to the ring, Diablo Azteca!
That's actually Diablo Azteca Dos. There's been some confusion as of late. Diablo Azteca Dos pretty much following around the original, or rather the authentic Diablo Azteca. The bell sounds. We are underway at Best of the West Ignition. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to join the conversation on social media with hashtag Ignition. Follow on Twitter and Instagram, both at BotW Wrestling. And a shout out to everybody watching us on the free Fight TV app. BrandonP.net. Currently on the receiving end of a side headlock, and a shoulder tackle takes down BrandonP.net. And I think joining me on commentary is the West Coast voice, our ring announcer, representing the ring crew, Davey Dangerously. What's up, bro?
Hey, thank you very much. I figured while I'm here and AGB is out there, I might as well get in on this commentary.
Why not, man? Grow that resume, grow that repertoire.
Thank you very much.
Huge senton by Diablo Dos. There's a cover, 2 and only 2. Solamente dos. And AGB hobbling around at ringside.
Yes, he is a mess for sure.
Do you have any idea what it's like? I mean, like, I have to do commentary with this schlub. You're lucky that I'm between you right now. It's like a buffer. It's
Yes.
a buffer. It's bad.
I hear you guys going back and forth, and I can only imagine.
Oh!
Oh!
Excuse me, there's a flatliner out of nowhere. See what I'm talking about?
Abuse of power.
It's bad.
I need to check something.
Uh-oh.
Just grab
I
it.
feel so silly. I made a slight mistake.
He made it.
This is the wrong Diablo Azteca.
Oh, mind games.
Silly me, silly. Let's bring out your actual opponent. Let's bring out the actual Diablo Azteca.
Wow, so Brandon Pinion just in the middle of a match with Diablo Azteca Dos, and AGB claiming that he brought out the wrong Diablo Azteca. There's the authentic Diablo Azteca.
A much slimmer Diablo
Yes.
Azteca.
And less tan. And
I don't judge.
different hair. And it's not like it's hard to tell the two apart.
No.
I mean, this match is continuing. Technically, this is still the same match, it's just a different opponent.
That's the Auténticos
Yes, well played.
Diablo Azteca.
And AGB, again, still at ringside, not doing... I think he's put too much on his own plate. He chooses to be a commentator here at Best of the West and is still prowling around at ringside.
Just
One,
toying with Brandon
two.
Pinion. All these mind games with Brandon Pinion is only going to make him more upset, and when the time comes, I think AGB will pay for all this stuff he's putting him through.
Well, I'd like to think so, but AGB is in the ultimate position of power right now at Best of the West. Wait a minute, there's a roll-up. P.net rolls through. Insagiri takes him down. Oh, shut the hell up.
Oh,
Him
very-
coming. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. Got the left shoulder up at the last second. But AGB, he's the commissioner. He tries to be a commentator, emphasis on tries.
Yeah.
And he's just put too much on his own plate. I think he's spreading himself too thin.
It's only going to come back to bite him in the end.
Irish whip first. Diablo Azteca lands on his feet, but kick to the midsection doubles him over. Reversal, Pinion, up and over. Beautiful neck breaker. I mean, you say it's going to come back and bite AGB. There's a cover. 2, Only 2. As I was saying, though, he's in that position of power, but he can keep stacking the deck against BrandonP.net as much as he wants until he inevitably breaks his spirit.
Absolutely, and there's so many competitors here at Best of the West. Who knows what AGB has in tail for BrandonP.net.
Nobody home for Diablo Azteca. Drop kick sends him to the second rope. And Brandon Pinion over the top. Kick right to the side of the head.
Uh-oh, watch out for Azteca Dos here.
Azteca Dos. Diablo Dos Teca. Oh, there's a super kick to Diablo Dos, and I think his head hit Diablo Azteca. What now?
Fine. You're perhaps a little more hardy than I gave you credit for, Opinion. But you know what that means? I believe it's time to give you the opportunities you deserve. I believe it's time to bring in a little tougher competition for you. Come on out!
What is this? He's bringing out yet another opponent?
Oh, no.
Oh, for God's sake. This freaking tool.
I hope he eats it right there. Of all people.
He didn't eat it. I really wanted him to just face plant. He practiced that like 5 times before the show.
Yeah, I saw him earlier.
I was wondering what he was doing. Yeah, he's got merch, he's got hair. Eat a sandwich, for God's sake.
Uh-oh, AGB is just reading the riot act to the Auténticos.
I mean, this is
El
not
Diablo
AGB's,
Azteca.
This is AGB's fault for not picking better opponents for Brandon Pinion, I would guess. Well, something tells me Kyle Newport is not his opponent.
I would love to see that, though.
Do you want to maybe help him out with the mic? AGB broke the mic.
Much better, much better. Sit tight, man. Sit tight. You know what, tonight? There's not enough CrossFit training you can do to prepare yourself for my man, Jesse the Snake Pool.
Oh my God, is that who's coming out now?
So, I don't know if you want to train, do the last 3 curl-ups or whatever they are in your life, but you better get ready because here he comes.
I don't think a curl-up is a thing.
Bring him on out. Jesse, the Snake Pool. It's not that hard, Big Show. I can do it all day.
Quite possibly the worst introduction in Best of the West history.
Yeah, that was the shizzling drits.
Oh, it is hard.
It's not an easy job. It's a
Not an
thankless
easy
job, too.
It is. You're the worst ever, Kyle.
He's the worst anything ever. But right now, I'm going to be honest. BrandonP.net is not in an enviable position right now because here comes Jesse the Snake Pool, one of the most vicious and ruthless competitors Best of the West has ever seen.
He is vicious. He is hungry. He has something to prove. And if he can get one over on BrandonP.net.
And I guess this is finally the match that AGB had intended this whole time. Referee calls for the bell. And into the turnbuckle. Falls it up the clothesline. Look how fresh Jesse the Snake Pool is. Like, Jesse the Snake, he's rested, he's crisp, and he's angry. Oh, God.
Brandon Pinion has been out here for 8-10 minutes.
Wrestled 2 different opponents.
Absolutely.
And had to deal with AGB's nonsense on the outside. Now we have to deal with Kyle the Tool Newport.
And I don't know if you've noticed, but both of the El Diablos are still out at ringside.
1, 2, and a kick out at 2, but I don't know how much longer this is going to continue.
Here I'm coming. Here I'm coming. What do you says no.
With AGB, this could go on all night.
Yeah, I mean, even if BrandonP.net is defeated here, he may still have another opponent for him to pick the scraps. Pulls him down by the hair. And you hear AGB hounding Jesse the Snake Pool to keep on him, keep on him. And Kyle Newport, the human pogo stick right there, although pogo stick has a little bit more meat on the bone.
And more charisma.
And way more charisma. And infinitely more fun.
That is true.
In spine first into the opposite turnbuckle. Cover. 1, 2, and only a 2 count.
I think Jesse the Snake lifted BrandonP.net up from the mat.
Was that not a kick out?
I don't think so. I think he's just playing games with him.
Well, this would be the biggest win of Jesse the Snake Pool's career if he can pin BrandonP.net. There's Snake Eyes. Off the ropes, and a lariat takes him down. Look at the pain on the face of BrandonP.net. 1, 2, and another kick out at 2. Referee signaling that that was only 2. That was definitely a kick out that time. And Jesse the Snake Pool, a couple knees to the midsection. You can see BrandonP.net trying to fight back. But I have to wonder how much is left. How much is left? How much gas is left in the tank at this point? He has gone through 2 other opponents. He's had to deal with... Oh! He's able to shove Jesse the Snake Pool off the second rope. BrandonP.net perched on the top rope.
This could be the opening he needs.
Crossbody connecting, but he can't follow up with the cover.
Kyle Newport is livid.
All right. I by far underestimated you. You know what? Why don't we get all 3 of you in there against him? Take him out. Go now.
Are you kidding me?
A blatant abuse of power here.
Absolutely. Stacking the deck against BrandonP.net.
Oh no, Newport's getting in there too.
Oh, for God's sake.
And he powders out.
Hit the weight, string bean. And now both, it's a medium, shut up. Both Diablos going after, oh! DDT takes down Diablo Dos.
He spiked him with that DDT, but Jesse the Snake Pool is slithering around.
Brandon doesn't see Jesse the Snake Pool behind him. Misses with the big boot. Cross body, but Jesse caught him. Out the back goes Pinion.
Elbows to the side of the ear there.
And Jesse the Snake Pool. Full Cobra clutch of sorts. Cobra clutch slam. What? Again?
Now, Brandon Pinion, you may have your match for the commissionership.
What the hell?
No.
Now he's going to become his opponent. So this is officially the 3rd match. BrandonP.net. Wait a minute, look at that cover. He's covering him with his pinky. There's a kick out. He's able to kick out after that arrogant cover, but BrandonP.net is not moving much at all. And now AGB taking forever.
Pinion fighting back here against our Best of the West commissioner.
There's a brutal knee lift. And Brandon has been through all kinds of punishment here tonight. He caught him, takes down AGB, rolls him up. 1, 2, and only 2. and AGB saying he's got a weapon. Wait a minute! AGB just... What the hell? He just hit him with a shoe! 1, 2, and 3! Come on! The referee signaled to you to retrieve the shoe that was in the ring. You're on commentary. You didn't get there in time. With the referee's back turn, AGB hits Brandon in the face with a shoe. Unacceptable actions by our commissioner. I am sad to work here. But he's our boss. Like, what are we supposed to do about it when he's the man that hires and fires us? AJ, I am not sure what's going to happen here. Is this the actual rematch here? I mean, after this, what does Brandon Pinion have left after this? Technically, this was his rematch for the commissionership. Brandon Pinion may be absolutely out of luck at this point. Well, AJ, it's been a pleasure. Likewise. I have another job to do, and I will see you on the other side. Yes, sir. The West Coast voice, Davey Dangerously, thank you for joining me. It's been a welcome change from the tool bag of AGB. Brandon Pinion. There goes his rematch, and I don't know what's next for BrandonP.net. We'll be right back with more Best of the West Ignition.
Are you looking for a good fight? Check out the Fight pay-per-view schedule. Watch on the biggest screen in the house. What's the fight tonight? MMA, boxing, pro wrestling, live on pay-per-view. Just tap play and pick a screen to watch on. Playback shifts instantly to the screen of your choice. No hardware, no hassle. Download the Fight app and start watching today.
Remember first night downtown on New I was there with all my friends. You were there with me, and we were walking down on East Glen. I thought I heard you whispering my name, 'cause I love the way I feel whenever I am living in the phone line.
This is the bearded outlaw, the cowboy, James Storm, and you are watching the Best of the West. And if you're not, sorry about your damn luck.
So was that Brandon Pinion's rematch for the commissionership of Best of the West?
The contract only stipulated he was to be offered a rematch. Nothing further.
God, you're the worst.
Don't hate me because I'm cleverer than you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your main event of the evening. The Best of the West Heavyweight Championship is on the line. Let's send it to our ring announcer, the West Coast voice, Davey Dangerously.
Following contest is scheduled for one fall, and is your main event of the evening, and is for the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship with a 20-minute time limit. Official in charge of this contest, referee Wiggles. Introducing first, he is the father of filth, the original nightmare. He is your Demi-God of death. This is Funnybone.
Funnybone, the former Best of the West Heavyweight Champion. He gets his shot right here, right now.
Still a four in sight to see Funnybone without that championship. So long was his reign. But now it is the California Black Sheep holding this title. And Funnybone has requested his rematch on this evening in the same town where Mike Rayne won the championship.
That's right, it was at the Best of the West 2-year anniversary that Mike Rayne, with a pile driver off the cage, through 6 chairs onto thumbtacks, finally put down your Demi-God of death for a count of 3 and became Best of the West Heavyweight Champion, and only the 3rd champion in Best of the West history.
And if I'm Mike Rayne, I'm asking myself at this very moment, with none of those tools at my disposal, just my wits in a ring, what will it take to defeat your Demi-God of death?
Funnybone on a shooty shoot is one of the toughest competitors I've ever seen in my life. He is pacing around this ring like a caged animal, chomping at the bit to get his hands on the defending Best of the West Heavyweight Champion. Funnybone looks absolutely possessed, and he's gonna have to be. And look at him, staring at the entryway.
And his opponent from the west coast of Arcata, California, weighing in at 245 pounds. He is the California Black Sheep and the Best of the West Heavyweight Champion, Mike Rayne.
Last chance Funnybone's ever gonna get this time.
Mike Rayne just said it. This is the last chance Funnybone will ever get at the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship, which I guess is your call more than anyone else's, but
I mean, I can't say that for certain at this point. For all we know, Funnybone could be walking out of here our new heavyweight champion yet again. This match will determine who is the best of the West.
and the California Black Sheep proudly displaying that championship.
Referee Wiggles with the unenviable job of keeping your Demi-God of death, Funnybone, at bay within the confines of the rules. He is only ever inclined to maim and harm and do damage, whatever means he can.
Mike Rayne is not afraid to die to retain the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship. And if you're Funnybone, that's good news because Funnybone is not afraid to kill him. Wiggles looks like he's about to poop his pants.
I've received several complaints from the referees union, none of which wish to referee any of Funnybone's matches due to all the damage he's caused to our refereeing staff.
And Mike Rayne, what? Immediately calling for the microphone.
Back it up, freak.
Ray, bring it back inside this ring. What are you doing, man?
Don't know that I agree with the tactics to instigate.
Nope.
Now this is more a question for you, AGB. When I beat Funnybone right now, it's the last shot he gets for a while, right? No! This is his rematch for the title?
This is his rematch for the title.
I'm sick of fighting you. I fight you everywhere I go. You follow me around like some pest. You've been harassing me for a decade. But our story is over. There's nothing left to tell anymore. You followed me around and you took title after title after title from me. But it didn't happen this time. This time I came and I took something from you. Something that you're never, ever gonna get back. So you better make the best of this title shot right now, because this is your last shot at me.
Mike Rayne giving Funnybone something to think about in the opening moments of this contest. The bell has rung. We are underway. This is your main event at Best of the West Ignition.
For the greatest prize in Best of the West, the Heavyweight Championship.
As I said, there have only been 3 champions in the 2+ year history of Best of the West. Of course, Wise Guy was the very first. Funnybone took the title away from Wise Guy, and the California Black Sheep, Mike Rayne, took the title from Funnybone.
Funnybone will need to caution himself. There are disqualifications in this matchup. If he attacks a referee, as he has been known to do, he will be disqualified, and he will lose his stipulated rematch.
Shoulder tackle from Funnybone. By the way, what have you done to ensure that the senseless violence against the officials here at Best of the West is going to come to an end?
I've been in conversation with the referees union. We're still in negotiation.
Wait. Why are you talking to the referees union and not Funnybone?
I want to make sure we have...
Oh. Mike Rayne saying, here we go, and Funnybone just snarling at him.
Get him out of the corner. Listen up.
How about I shan't bore you with the political talk? Let's talk about the two people hitting each other very hard in this ring right now.
Oh, God.
As my organs quiver at the sound of this.
Right? Yours and mine both. Funnybone up and over, rolls through, kick to the midsection, to the face, and Insagiri right to the mouth.
Brushed him square across the face, knocking him down to his back. Funnybone, a deadly striker.
Off the ropes, Rayne hangs on and wisely rolls out of the ring. Funnybone, though, quickly to pursue.
Mike Rayne continues to roll out of the ring at every opportunity. You have to wonder if it's part of a larger stratagem to irritate, confuse, misplace Funnybone.
As long as Funnybone's chasing, essentially that puts Mike Rayne in control. Funnybone has to wrestle Mike Rayne's match. Oh, boy.
Certainly prevents Funnybone from getting on any kind of sustained offense.
Leapfrog underneath goes Mike Rayne. Kick to the chest. Off the ropes. And a knee right to the face. Right to the face. He's trying to set him up for that demon spike.
Mike Rayne attempting to block. And back outside.
Oh! Vaulting splash to the outside.
And I think Funnybone's had just about enough of Mike Rayne's stall tactics.
Well, as you said, this is not a no disqualification match. This is one fall to a finish, 20-minute time limit, pinfall or submission. title cannot change hands on a count-out or disqualification.
Funnybone will need to be very cautious. Mike Rayne with the championship advantage. Funnybone cannot allow himself to get frustrated or lose focus.
Oh, well, no sooner do you say that, he just got a folding chair, placed it on the outside, and if he's not careful, this could spell a quick demise for the championship aspirations of Funnybone.
He's also got to keep an ear on the count.
Well,
Referee already up to a 7 count.
Funnybone's a veteran. He rolled in and broke the count. What in the hell is going to happen here, Funnybone?
Nothing good if your name's Mike Rayne.
Oh, the boot to the face. He caught Funnybone coming in. Caught him square in the jaw.
Knocked him down to that hard floor. Again, there's no padding outside.
That's right. He clocked him with that boot. But equally devastating was perhaps the impact of Funnybone's head hitting that unprotected floor on the outside, and that just sounds like it sucks.
Did you catch that Mike Rayne was the one to break the count? Mike Rayne, I think, realizing, now there's nothing contractually that would prevent Funnybone from another rematch if this match were to end in any way besides pinfall or submission. So you have to wonder if it's a will to beat him or just a desire to never wrestle him again.
Well, if he's going to never wrestle Funnybone again, I would think he wants to leave this chapter of his career and his life a winner. Rolls him back into the ring. As you said, Mike Rayne has that championship advantage. There's a neck breaker.
Dropping Funnybone right on the back of his head.
Cover. One. And
Just
only
one.
a 1 count.
The resilience and fortitude of Funnybone is pretty much legendary at this point.
It's downright scary is what it is.
We've questioned his humanity more than one time, including now. I'm not going to say definitively that he is human.
No, he's a demigod of death. I'm pretty sure he is more demigod than human. I've seen people that I thought were far tougher crack under far less punishment than Funnybone is capable of dishing out and capable of absorbing. And Funnybone trying to create some separation here. Off the ropes he goes. Sunset flip has him down. Double stop to the sternum.
That double stop is a patented piece of offense from Funnybone's arsenal.
Cover. There's 2 and a kick out of 2.
You look at Mike Rayne attempting to reach the rope, only realizing too late he was too far away from it.
Oh!
Having to kick out.
Sends Funnybone to the outside, grabbed him by the gear. Funnybone caught off guard.
Funnybone favoring his elbow. Looks like his left elbow might have landed on the floor hard.
Oh boy. Mike Rayne laying in with that chop. Oh, and Funnybone answers with an overhand chop of his own.
We could use words to describe these, but I think the sounds, frankly, speak for themselves.
Yeah, we can't do a better job than what we're hearing at ringside.
Hard thwap of hand on flesh.
Mike Rayne in control. Into the cover. 1, 2, and again only 2.
Shut up and sit down.
Mike Rayne, I mean, he doesn't look it when you're standing next to Funnybone. I mean, it's hard to look any more intimidating, any more imposing, downright scary when you're standing next to Funnybone. Mike Rayne has gone to some unspeakable lengths to win wrestling matches. I shudder to think of the lengths he'll go to hang on to that Best of the West championship as Wiggles is up to 5.
Mike Rayne was calling for the countout, perhaps a change of tactic, perhaps he's tired of fighting the battle. Perhaps he'd rather win the war. Now these shots just raining down on Funnybone from Mike Rayne. One of the hardest hitters in the business. 2 of the hardest hitters in the business.
Forearm takes down Mike Rayne, and these two, Funnybone's face hanging off of his bones. And he's got Mike Rayne right back up on his feet. Wants to inflict even more punishment. Gets dumped on the back of his head with a German suplex. And Wiggles once again begins his count.
Match has been going on for not even that long, but
there's 2.
Only a 2 count. I was going to say not even that long, but the brutality with which these two operate, they've already sustained an immense amount of punishment.
Gotta wonder how much longer these two can. I mean, you see Mike Rayne struggling to make it to his feet. Funnybone up on his feet again, but a moment or 2 after Mike Rayne delivers another devastating German suplex.
He can get the cover.
1, 2, only 2, not even a lateral press, just kind of laying on top of Funnybone, able to get his shoulders up, but
gave him too much leverage on his lower body, allowed him to kick out his shoulders. But Mike Rayne can hardly blame him with all the damage he's suffered so far, just more or less falling into that cover.
Mike Rayne, you can hear him saying, "Why won't you just die?"
Deeply philosophical question. What does it take to kill death itself?
And these two just slugging it out in the center of the ring. Wow. Every maneuver just takes more and more out of both of these two competitors, these world-class competitors.
Funnybone has taken the foot. Only a 2 count on the cover.
Mike Rayne able to hook the near leg, but couldn't quite bring it back as far as he would have liked.
Funnybone has taken the brunt of the recent punishment, but Mike Rayne's still feeling the effects of earlier in the matchup. He usually likes to work at a methodical pace, but I would still say this is slightly slower than he would usually be operating, where he at 100%.
Funnybone with another forearm. Knee to the midsection, stops him dead in his tracks. A snapmare now. And now Mike Rayne sinking in a body scissors and wrenching back on the chin, further expanding the rib cage at a grotesque angle. Funnybone says no, he refuses to give it up.
Funnybone calling on the energy of this crowd, reminding him where he is, what needs to be done.
You see the fatigue strewn across the face of Mike Rayne. Funnybone off the ropes. And a flying bicycle kick. Finds its mark, and Funnybone.
Even Funnybone feeling some wear and tear, not the usual gusto with which that is delivered. Trying to get his energy back, get his wind back after the sustained assault from Mike Rayne. Funnybone, oh no!
Northern Light suplex into the corner. Mike Rayne landed right on the back of his head.
That was an appalling landing.
And
Referee Wiggles needs to check on Mike Rayne, make sure he is able to continue.
You can even hear Funnybone say, "Get over here." Almost shades of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. And Wiggles making the right call, saying that Mike Rayne is too close to the ropes to make the count.
Mike Rayne's head does appear to be under the ropes. The danger of using the corner for additional impact. You then have to move your larger opponent out.
And Funnybone rips his face off. Says it's over.
So he plans to head up top, perhaps going for that double stomp. He does. He hits this.
It's got to be over if he hits this double stomp.
Fatigue of both men. With all the wind out of the lungs, that could be it.
Nope. Rayne had that move well scouted, moves out of the way. Backdrop over the top. Funnybone lands on the apron. Oh, there's a double stomp to the back, but Mike Rayne lands on the outside. And Funnybone is in for a chore to try to get a 245-pound man who just got double stomped in the spine back in the ring.
Funnybone is incredibly athletic, as is Mike Rayne, but Mike Rayne definitely the heavier of the two, and that dead weight is so much harder to move, but I don't think that's what Funnybone has in mind.
Thinking about doing something stupid.
Oh,
God. To the outside, oh my God!
Mike Rayne, I think a glancing blow to Mike Rayne, but Funnybone, some part of him hit the guardrail.
I think Funnybone,
knees, shins, ankles, something of the sort.
Funnybone, I think, misjudged the distance. I don't know how much of Mike Rayne he got, but Funnybone landed with a sickening sound to the outside.
Have to wonder if anybody is able to continue at this point. Referee Wiggles making the count. This could be another double count out here. It would be a shame for the match to end that way, but I can't know if I can see either competitor continuing at this point.
Well, I don't have a good angle here. I don't think you do either. We can't quite see. Mike Rayne just rolled inside. Wiggles up to 8. Funnybone able to break the count.
Funnybone in at the count of 9. The wherewithal of Funnybone to even make it back into the ring before the count. Who knows how nasty of an impact he took.
Well, Davey dangerously took a glance over there and said that Funnybone hit a bar on the guardrail and that the bar bent. The impact of Funnybone, I'm hearing it might be his knee bent the bar in the guardrail. There's a tilt-a-whirl gourd buster, and Mike Rayne's not done.
I think Mike Rayne's feeling it, knows he might just need a few more high-impact offensive maneuvers.
Oh! Hammerlock DDT into the cover. 1, 2, and only 2.
How in the world did Funnybone kick out of that?
And that's exactly what Mike Rayne is wondering right now. How the hell did Funnybone kick out indeed? Funnybone barely stirring right now, and Mike Rayne with a desperate look on his face.
2 high-impact maneuvers to the head after his knee could be in worse shape than yours, Kirsch.
Wow, thanks. Mike Rayne setting Funnybone up on the top rope. He's got to be thinking about one big, desperate maneuver. Funnybone, though, able to fight back.
Funnybone, unmatched resilience, and that's not where Mike Rayne wants to be, I don't think.
No. Funnybone, he's on the top. Mike Rayne doubled over, double stomp. Both competitors crashed to the outside.
With all the impact Mike Rayne took to the shoulder blades, but how much did Funnybone just take on that landing?
Funnybone's up. How the hell is he doing this?
Funnybone's calling for the end now. He's got him in the ropes, perhaps thinking what we were looking at earlier, that demon spike.
No way!
Oh, God.
Mike Rayne, no! Pile driver on the ring apron!
Oh, my God.
There might be nothing left of either of these competitors.
Funnybone has fought back from a great deal this matchup, but I am hard-pressed to see how this is not the end. That ring apron is where all the hardest parts of the ring coalesce.
There is absolutely no give on the ring apron. Mike Rayne just hit a perfectly executed pile driver. Wiggles is up to 8. I see no signs of life from the Demi-God of death. It's 9. Funnybone's back in again.
Referee Wiggles clarifying he made it before the count.
Mike Rayne visibly frustrated.
Understandably frustrated. You just pile drove that man on the apron and he still got back in. What is left to do?
Elbow drop from the second rope. Into the sternum. 1, 2. What the hell? That is the stuff nightmares are made of.
Funnybone.
Forearms. Brutal forearms from both competitors. Funnybone getting the better of it. Off the ropes, knee to the face. Cover. 1, 2, no.
Somehow only a 2 count. Where is Funnybone getting this reserve of energy from? From where is he
Wait a
still
second.
able to fight?
Well, you're talking about his reserve of energy, his last energy. There may not be anything left. He's trying to get this crowd to help him out. Funnybone up top. Demon Stomp! If he can make the cover.
He hit him right in the abdomen, right in the guts.
Wiggles, there's a count. What just? What? Ti-
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20-minute time limit has expired. Therefore, this contest is a draw.
What?
That was written into the rematch contract. And there's only a 20-minute time limit.
Are you kidding me? You're the do something about this.
It's in the contract. I'm following the contract, abiding by the rules.
We do not want this match to end in a double countout.
No, do I, frankly.
The
But it would
fans
be
don't, the competitors don't.
It would be unfair to Mike Rayne to change the stipulation at this stage. He is the champion. Perhaps something can be arranged at a later date, but for now, this will stand.
So a time limit draw in your championship main event tonight at Best of the West Ignition. And I guess at the end of the night, the California Black Sheep, Mike Rayne, retains the Best of the West Championship.
Couldn't have happened at a less opportune time if your name is Funnybone. Right in the middle of the cover, right after the Demon Stomp. That very well could have been it. We might have to resolve this at a later date. But as far as tonight is concerned, I will follow the contract to the letter of the law. This match ends in a draw.
Well, that's garbage. I'm sorry, that's garbage. That's absolute garbage that this match has to end in a double count.
I'm sorry you only look at things two-dimensionally. I am looking at the three-dimensional world here. This is the right call for the company. You don't have to like it, but you will have to live with it.
Funnybone says cut the music.
You fans, you didn't come here to see a time. So I say, 5 more minutes.
Funnybone wants 5 more minutes, and it sounds like this crowd at Fresno City College wants it too.
I will defer to the champion.
What's Mike Rayne gonna say?
As much as I hate you, I do respect you. And this is going to be our last match if I beat him.
Under contract, yes.
You won't get another rematch?
If you beat...
What? Mike Rayne is tucking tail. Oh my God! Splash to the outside, and Funnybone is absolutely livid.
Not that you can blame him, but it would be unfair to Mike Rayne.
Oh, super kick to the face. Funnybone sets up Mike Rayne. Demon Spike on the Best of the West Heavyweight Championship. Wiggles pleading with Funnybone that the match is over. He's not going to make a count on a match that isn't happening. Oh my God! Bicycle kick to the face of Wiggles. What are you going to do about this, AGB? super kick to DC Brown. Oh my God, and now it's just Landis in the ring. Landis trying to run away. Death Valley Driver. Oh no. No, not Wiggles. Not Wiggles. Demon Spike Wiggles is dead. He's dead.
These referees are my ears, my eyes, my hands. They are my authority. And if you're going to continue treating it like this, then you will never another championship match. You start at the back of the line. You start over the rematch.
AGB saying Funnybone has just been sent to the back of the line. No rematch. And he's got to work his way through the ranks all over again. Not surprised.
You know. You are the one to all. I got one word for you.
Run! AGB is running for his life. Funnybone has laid waste to every Best of the West official, has put the fear of God into Best of the West Commissioner Alexander G. Bernard, and it's a damn shame Funnybone just got sent to the back of the line to work his way up the ranks once again. For AJ Kirsch at ringside, good night from Best of the West, Ignition.
Thank you.